What's up, everybody? This is Aquarius Roberts bringing you your full moon in Capricorn conjunct Saturn reading, tarot reading. So this full moon will be very interesting, actually. We're going to call this breaking free. Why? Because let's talk about Saturn. So we have Thursday. Saturn will be retrograding still, and then there will be a full moon in Capricorn, 6 degrees Capricorn. So you want to check your chart and see what conjunctions you actually have with this right here. But Capricorn energy. So then we got Saturn already retrograde in Capricorn. And then we have a full moon, strawberry moon actually. And it's called a strawberry moon because right now it's actually the season for strawberries. And the hue of the moon will be a bit pinkish, right? This full moon will be in Capricorn, heightening your authoritative abilities, your authoritative mind, right? But Saturn, actual Saturn is retrograde. So then this turns you inverted. So it's almost like the devil reversed, right? And so let's talk about it, okay? Since this is a tarot video plus astrology, so I want to use tarot to explain this new moon. Full moon, sorry. But the devil card, right? Here's the devil. And so he is all about material gains, right? The pentagrams on here are upside down. So let's talk about the pentagram. The pentagram is the Merkaba, right? In the Emerald tablets, the Merkaba was a shield that kept people safe. They actually have I guess to say the Anakias had built an actual big force field around the earth so that we could be protected from the outsiders. You got to read about it. But the Merkaba was a shield, a protection. This is why witches use the Merkaba in their spell work, and they draw it on the floor and they sit inside the Merkaba because it's a shield, right? But in the end, all it is as above, so below put together, saying I am one. This is where you get the star because it's two triangles put together. The triangle is completion, right? And so there's one inverted triangle and one upverted. And so this kind of gives the relevance of the tree of life, as above, so below, right? But the Merkaba was used for saving people's grace, saving people from things, right? So it's like grace, putting grace on people. So reverse, it's like choosing material over spirit, right? Because upright is grace being given to you, right? From the spirit. And then reverse, it's you using materials as your savior, right? And so the devil upright is about commitment. It's about your commitments that you involve yourself in. So your commitments that you involve yourself in are very important at this time. They come to the forefront with this full moon. Okay, so who you're committing to, what you're committing to, how you're committing to it, if it's really working for you, if it's not. If you're not working with somebody, I'm sorry, you're breaking out. You're breaking free from this, okay? Because it's time to choose what's important. It's time to be responsible. You know what I mean? So these feelings of responsibility with the devil is like the double cup card upright is basically not being responsible, you know, kind of going with the flow and kind of seeing what happens because you want to try something, you know what I mean? Like you want to find out what it is. You want to see what's going on. You're kind of lusting it, you know what I mean? And so it has this resource for you. But the double reverse is like, I don't want to be bound by this no more. I don't want to be bound by this situation anymore. I want to be free. I want to be liberated, right? And so liberation is the key with Saturn and Capricorn and the sign Capricorn. You know what I mean? Because Saturn also rules Uranus. It's also the co-ruler for Uranus, for Aquarius, right? Not Uranus, but Aquarius. So it's also the co-ruler for Aquarius. So the devil reverse is freedom. It's freedom from them bondages. And so this is how I think about Saturn in retrograde. Saturn in retrograde is, it puts you to a position where literally you are feeling heavy. But how do you drop heaviness, right? How do you let heaviness go within inside of yourself? You have to search within. And so it's like you got to let certain things go. Whatever's holding on, whatever's restricting you, whatever's stopping you from where you trying to go, it's like the bricks are on your ankles and you got to chisel away. You got to put work in. That's what this retrograde is about. So it's like the full moon emotionally is making you more responsible. You ever met a Capricorn moon? I have. I actually am with one, and I'm really good friends with one, and know a couple other ones too. And if you meet a Capricorn moon, they are very responsible people. They are very reliable. They're consistent. They don't change a lot emotionally, even though they have different spiritual levels. We can speak about that in a minute, but they have different spiritual levels of themselves. So not every Capricorn moon is exactly the same. Some of them are very about responsibility and money and stuff like that, but some of them are about being responsible about your dreams. You know what I mean? And some of them are, how can I help you fulfill your dreams? You know what I mean? Because there's 3 stages to Capricorn, but I'll get into that in a minute. But this revelation right here, this revelation is going to be groundbreaking for everybody, because it's so time for everybody to break free from their hindrances, things that you are bound to that is not helping you get where you got to go. Because emotionally, it's not going to feel like it's responsible doing it anymore. I'm not responsible for making this move. I need to stop doing this. Saturn retrograde. I need to stop doing this. This is not helping my life. This is not helping my situation. So if you're in a relationship that is not responsibly going anywhere, you're going to jump out of it. You're going to start looking at that relationship like, hey, this is not going where I'm supposed to go. We got things to do. You're playing and fiddling and faddling and stuff like that. And I needed you to be responsible and serious, because I got dreams that I want to accomplish. I got things I want to, take into consideration. And so I can't sit here and play around with you. You know what I mean? And so you're trying to break free. You're trying to liberate yourself, break free, the devil reversed. And so it's becoming more aware of where you're not being responsible in your own life, where you're not taking responsibility for yourself. It's time to answer for yourself. If you're a person that blames everybody else for what's going on in the world, or what's going on with you, or what had happened to you in the past, this is going to hit you the hardest. It's going to hit you the hardest because you're not going to be able to make no excuses for stuff like that. It's not that time anymore to make excuses, for things that you haven't accomplished. Oh, I've been trying to mow the lawn for a week now and I still haven't done it. I'll get out there one of those days. Nope, that's not going to fly with this. That's not going to fly because then, you know, you ain't doing the lawn or something and then it ends up raining all week. And so now you got to wait further, you know what I mean? Or your lawnmower breaks. You know what I mean? It's just like when you're not being responsible and you're not taking initiative for the things that you have to take initiative for, and you're kind of just letting them go adrift. You know what I mean? Or you're more involved in a situation like a relationship. You're more involved with the relationship than you're involved with anything else. You know what I mean? It's taking up space and other things are being left behind. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know, gambling your house away. You know what I mean? You're gambling because you're having fun, but you ain't thinking that you're losing your house. And so it comes this time where it's time to start thinking, I'm losing my house. I'm losing things right now. You know what I mean? I have to bring things back together. I have to bring things back together. Sorry, I had to close the screen. But yeah, I have to bring things back together. I have to realize where I'm falling off, where I'm not paying attention to everyday responsibilities, where I'm not making use of my time, where I'm not focused on my family or friends, because this is Cancer season. So this is emotions too. These are emotions too. So these are your emotions, and it's making it double because it's Cancer season. Sun is in Cancer right now. So it's making it double. Then Mars is going retrograde, right? So Mars is going retrograde. Neptune is retrograde. Jupiter is retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. So we got your dreams, we got your passions, we got your hopes, your ability to do, all being authenticated. Now all that dreaming is coming to the forefront now. Now it's done. Now it's over. It's over. All that dreaming stuff. Oh, I want to be a musician. Oh, I want to be a singer. Oh, I want to be a pianist. Oh, I wanna go shopping next week and go get me a new laptop so I can start a business. You know what I mean? It's time to boss up, because if you don't boss up, you're going to drown. Saturn going to drown you. Your emotions are going to drown. So it's like at the beginning of this transit, I feel like it's going to be more like, I think it's going to be more like a hit to the chest, like Saturn socking you. That's the best way I can explain it. Like Saturn just punched you in the chest, like, how you feel about that? And so here's the after effect of the punch with this full moon. The after effect is going to be like, wait a minute, I'm not being responsible about this. I'm not doing this. I'm being critical about myself too, these things. Why am I doing this? So Mars is in retrograde also. So it's going to be like, Mars is going to be like, I need to stop doing the stuff that I'm doing to get me where I'm at. This stuff no longer applies to me. It's not even helping my situation now. I keep doing this and thinking that it'll come out to be that, but it's not. So I need to reformulate this way of doing things. And Saturn is like, if I don't get this right, I'll be a failure. If I don't do this the correct way, I'm going to fail. I'm not going to get this right. Things are going to go harder. How can I get this situation and to be a successful situation? I'm tired of losing. I need to boss up. It's time to boss up in my life, in my situation, and what I want. It's boss up season. And so obstacles may come in your way where you got to overcome them. You got to overcome this mountain. But this mountain you're going to overcome, do you think when you climb out, I'm Mars in Capricorn. You know what I mean? When you think you're climbing a mountain, when you get to the top, you're going to feel liberated. You're going to feel free because you just climbed a whole mountain. People that climb Mount Everest, once they get to the top of that mountain, they feel great. I just climbed the biggest mountain of my life. Yes. Now I can climb mountains just like that. you become adaptive. That's what the mountain goat is about. The mountain goat can survive in any harsh weather, any harsh weather. So for this new moon, it's like, let's say you got burdens. You got burdensome things that are going on in your life. Like you got kids and you work and you got a business and you got a woman or a man, or you know what I mean? Like you got family members to take care of and mom lives with you. Say you have all these responsibilities, right? And say some people can be doing things on their own. You're going to start thinking twice about that. You're going to start thinking twice about that situation. You're going to be like, hold up, I'm doing too much. I'm overburdened. I shouldn't be doing all this. I should be focused on the importance. I have a family. I have a man or a woman, and I have, you know what I mean, a job and stuff. I can't take care of John and Lily and Bobby over there. I can't take care of all these people. I got to take care of what's important. And they have to be responsible for themselves also. I can't do it all. You know, so it's this big emphasis on being responsible for yourself, emotionally responsible for yourself, for others around you. And if you're that type of person, because this can go another way, because Saturn has two sides. And so you could be that person that doesn't take up responsibilities. And so things keep happening and getting bigger, and you know what I mean? It's like hoarding responsibility. You ever hoard responsibilities? Like you want to do them. You got things that you know you got to do, but you don't do them. So you're just holding on to them. That is hoarding responsibility. You don't want to do it, but you want to talk about it. Oh yeah, this is what I have to do. Then it's time to do it. You don't do it. You're not being responsible. You're not taking authority for your life. And so this comes to the forefront now. Now this is on the forefront because now you can't hide from yourself. Now you can't. You know what I mean? And this is actually going to be a longer one. Interesting. This is going to be a longer full moon. So it's going to put more of an emphasis. Plus it's in Cancer. Plus it's in Cancer season. It's in Cancer season, so it's definitely going to be more long and drawn out and just emotional. You know what I mean? So you may start actually talking bad about yourself. Like, dang, I haven't been doing this, that, and the third, and I should have did this, and life could have been so much better if I would have paid attention to this. But because I didn't, now this became a thorn. So now I have to work on it hard. And the worst part is Saturn's in retrograde. So you're not even going to get help. You got to do it yourself. So whatever you haven't been taking care of is coming to the forefront now. It's time to take care of it. It's time to make things more important in your life. How can you free yourself? How can you free yourself from your limitations? How can you make a better instance for yourself? So let us do our spread. Please give me insight on the full moon in Capricorn. Please give me insight on the full moon in Capricorn with Saturn retrograde. Full moon, what can I tell everybody about the full moon in Capricorn, Saturn retrograde? Please give me hope, inspiration, and enlightenment to give to others. Thank you, my ancestors. All right, I shall cut the deck. We have our significator card. So, the first card I pulled for the full moon spread is the World card. So, actually, these are earth, fire, air, and water in here. So this is a card of completion. This is about completing a phase in your life, stepping out of a phase of your life and jumping into a new phase. So it seems like it's like your emotions are coming full circle now. You know what I mean? This full moon will make your emotions become full circle. And can you please clarify that for me? Can you please clarify? Can you please clarify the world card? Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. So the world card, okay, the Knight of Pentacles, as I was explaining earlier, the Knight of Pentacles has ideas that he wants to accomplish. He's more the slow, methodical type. Okay, so, but this is an earth card, right? So this is an earth card, so this can be Capricorn, okay, which is the Capricorn energy. So it's about, but see this knight right here, he's interesting because it's almost like he's so into the details about things that he's not realizing the bigger picture. So he can get lost within the diagram of what he's looking for, searching for, right? It's like he gets lost in the details and forget what he's fighting for, or forget where he's even journeying to. You know what I mean? And so it's like not really focused, right? He's focused, but too focused, but he's so focused that he's not focused entirely. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I don't know. It's just very it's the person that talks about what he wants to do, but doesn't really do it. You know what I mean? He just gets tired sometimes, and he gets lazy sometimes. You know what I mean? And he is trustworthy and reliable. It's a person that can be relied upon. But at the same time, this person is having trouble coming to a completion. So it's like completing the things around your environment, completing your responsibilities. You know what I mean? With the world clarifying this, with this clarifying the world, it's like, you know, it's time to be responsible and complete some things. You want to complete some things, you got to work for it. You got to put the details in. You got to make things happen, right? And so our next card, give me another card for the full moon reading. Please give me another card for the full moon. Card for the full moon. I got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here. And so this is about self-love. So this is, I see this as what you're actually trying to build. And it's like you're trying to build your own resources. You are trying to be responsible for yourself and make things happen, right? And the Eight of Pentacles is also here clarifying this. The Eight of Pentacles is about being a craftsman, is being a crafter, and basically going for what you desire to go after, right? And it's about your hobbies, your pursuits, things that are emotionally important to you. Because the man in the Rider-Waite, actually, he's crafting his own pentacles. You know what I mean? So, and he's building it all the way up a wood tree. You know what I mean? So this card is definitely significant of being good at something. So this is not, these are not things of the ordinary that are coming up. This is like, you know what I mean, hobbies. You know, I read tarot cards, you know, so it's about taking the initiative and doing my readings and keeping up and being responsible and watching what I say or do, or the things, you know what I mean? Just being responsible about the everyday things that I do. You know, if you have a home, you know what I mean? It's about being responsible about your home and not just letting it kind of fade away. You know, I got things I need to fix in this house, and I'll get to them when I get to them. You know what I mean? But it's like you took pride in that house when you got it. So what happened? You know what I mean? What happened to you being serious about things? Why did you just start letting things go and start thinking, oh, well, I'll get it later. It's not that important. It's not, I don't have to be that responsible. You know what I mean? That's the energy I'm getting. So it's like things that you hobby with. You know what I mean? If you love cooking and you stop cooking, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, I'm hungry. We're not eating. You're not cooking. And you're like, I ain't got the energy to do it because I got other things I'm focused on. So I'm not really worried about that right now. Somebody else do it. You know what I mean? But then they're like, but this is what you chose to do. I don't know what to say to you. You know what I mean? So it's like making those decisions, coming up with those decisions, you know what I mean? Not taking certain things, taking upon certain things. So then the Queen of Pentacles came up also for a clarifier card, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is basically speaking about nurturing these things, putting the work in, you know what I mean? And this is the Earth card. So there could be somebody Earth-like helping in the situation, somebody more grounded that you may know. It could be a friend, a lover, somebody, but it's something there that's more authoritative than you that teaches you how to be more authoritative, basically, or how to deal with your blockages or things that are going on. You're not meant to stand still forever, right? Nobody's meant to stand still forever. And so this right here is basically saying the standing still has to go. It's over. No more standing still. But you got to work to not stand still. I'm not going to give you a crutch or a cane or something like that. It's time for you to figure it out. Go ahead. Do it. Excuse my sag-rising metaphors. So what can I say emotionally? Yeah. What can I say emotionally about the full moon in Capricorn? What can I say emotionally about the full moon in Capricorn? That's it. Fantasizing your fantasies. See? Like I said, it's your hopes and dreams. It's these hopes that you have, these dreams that you have, and it's where they're leading you. The shadow card is the King of Cups, right? And so, and so the King of Cups is emotionally aware of himself, right? He's aware of what he wants out of life. He wears the fish around his neck because he has emotional stability. So it's like he can give his emotions out in a very fashionable way. Let's put it like that, because water is like molding. So it's like you can bring something out the way that you want it to come out instead of it being everywhere or like, you know, catching the temper when you really don't mean to catch a temper, right? So it's like also the King of Cups is a deep person. He's a person that's deep within emotionally. So right here is going in deep emotionally about your wants and needs, things that you fantasize about, your hobbies, your dreams, your goals, you know what I mean? Things, your list, things that you're trying to accomplish, basically. They're coming to the forefront, and it's time for you to take more care in a situation. It's time for you to take care of things. It's time. So physically, can I get a card for the physicality of the new moon? What is the physical response that we should have? I'm sorry, cards flipped over. This always happens to me though. It's like spirit just, I don't know. Spirit just talks. Yeah, so how do we physically respond to the full moon in Capricorn? How do we physically respond to the new moon in Capricorn? There we go. Boom. The Eight of Swords. Breaking free of old mental patterns. So whatever you were supposed to take more seriously, you need to take more serious, and you need to get out of the limiting thoughts. For me, the Eight of Swords is a person that stands still because they're scared. You know what I mean? They stand still because they're scared. They don't want to make moves because they're scared. You know what I mean? They don't want to take care of this responsibility because they're scared. It's almost like a person being a felon, or you know, doing something criminally wrong, you know, and running from it, not wanting to take the responsibility for what they did. It's kind of right. Well, if they catch me, then this is going to happen. Well, you shouldn't have did that. And that's Saturn. Saturn's like, well, you shouldn't have did that. Now you're going to have to turn your own self in. And that's Saturn retrograde. Now you're going to have to turn your own self in to service this situation that you ran from, that you could have just took care of if you would have just dealt with it. You know what I mean? So it's like physically, we have to not be afraid to step out into the new, to do the breakthrough. You know what I mean? To become more responsible and upkeep things and be aware. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Three of Wands is here in the shadow. So the Three of Wands in the shadow is basically telling me even more, because it's like the Three of Wands is like looking into the future. So it's like looking into the future and seeing things and wanting them to go further. You want them to go further. You've left your ships out. You know what I mean? And you want things to come to a completion. You want things to come to a completion. 3 is the number of completion, right? Like the Trinity or the triangle or the pyramid. Completion of all, of the all, of spirit. But anyways, yeah, so you want something to come to a completion, but it's not going to happen if you're scared. It's not going to happen if you keep with the laziness. This right here is laziness and just kind of thinking about things and thinking about them, but not acting on them. You know what I mean? Knowing that you got responsibilities that you got to deal with, but you don't want to deal with them. So physically, to respond, see, not making decisions. You know what I mean? To further speak about it. Not making decisions, being stalemated in decisions that you need to make. How can we spiritually react? How can we spiritually react? The glasses keep coming down. How can we spiritually react to the new moon? Full moon in Capricorn. How can we spiritually react to the full moon in Capricorn? How can we spiritually react to the full moon in Capricorn? How can we spiritually react to the full moon in Capricorn? Spiritually react to the full moon in Capricorn. All right. So this is how you spiritually can react. There are opportunities that are about to be presented to all of us. And it's almost time for us to take up the responsibility. It's a good thing coming our way. It's a very good thing coming our way. But are we ready for it? Because this is a very spiritual card. This is an ace, right? So aces come out of nowhere, right? So this is definitely spiritual in all. Pulled out 3 cards for the spiritual aspect. So spiritually, opportunities are coming our way that can help us advance forward, basically, as a society. And it's up to us to become more responsible, to be prepared for it. And so without the trials and tribulations, you can't get it. So this is something you have to fight for now. So you have to fight for it to get it, because aces are handed out of thin air. There's only 4 aces in the deck. You know what I mean? So they come up, that's why they're the magic cards. It's luck, you're lucky to get an ace. So that means there's opportunities coming up, opportunities to travel, you know, opportunities for real manifestation, like a business taking off, you know what I mean? Friendships taking off, You know what I mean? Just things taken off by you accepting responsibility for yourself more. You know what I mean? And realizing that things aren't the way they used to be, or you ain't got to play the blame games for nobody, because Capricorn don't got time for that. Because they're too busy trying to keep things together. So the next card is the Four of Swords. So this is about being patient under fire. So this is about things happening that might be hard for you, but move slow. Move slow. Especially there's two aces here. So I'm thinking like move slow, plan, and take rest. Don't just try to kill yourself to get things done, but take your time. You know what I mean? Slowly work. If you clean a house, clean one room a day. You know what I mean? Like, don't just go through and clean the whole house in one day and then be tired. You know what I mean? Not saying, you know, you can't do that, but what I am saying is that pace yourself. You know what I mean? Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's almost finished. Big saying, big saying. Because it's saying that you got to take time in what you are building, but every step taken is another brick laid for your building, for your growth. You know, nothing's in vain. You're not slow, or, you know, you don't have to keep up with this perfection, basically. Saturn retrograde. You don't have to keep up with the perfection that you've built in yourself. You can just do and figure it out as you go along the way, because you may mess up and you may be wrong, and you may be you might be full of doubt and self-doubt and stuff like that, but you can make it through. You can do this. I believe it. I believe in me. I believe in all of us. So our last card here for the spiritual plane is the Page of Swords. And so the Page of Swords in the spiritual plane is batting away the negative thoughts, as I was just talking about. Batting away the negative entities that will be coming in to attack you on this new full moon phase. And so usually full moon phases go about 6 months. You know what I mean? So before they get into a new phase and they hit into the new moon phase, right? And so it's like now these things are coming to a head. Anything you wasn't paying attention to now comes to the forefront, and you got to deal with it. You know what I mean? But also the negativity, that the mental thoughts that tell you you can't do something and you're not good enough. You know, you are good enough. Remember that you are good enough. The aces here, you are good enough for this opportunity. This opportunity is being handed just for you from the universe. It's just for you. So you just gotta take your time and be patient. You know what I mean? Be patient, mentally patient. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it, but do it. You know what I mean? Don't overdo it, but do it. There's nothing left but to do it. Oh yeah. I'm making fun of my songs. I made that up. But yeah, so all right, now let's talk about love. So I'm gonna pull an oracle card for love. Let's see what's up. What can I say about love and relationships through this full moon in Capricorn? What can I say about love? What can I say about love and relationships on this full moon in Capricorn? What can I say about love and relationships on this new moon, full moon in Capricorn? I keep saying new moon. Anyways, I'm honest. Full moon in Capricorn. What can I say about love and relationships on this full moon in Capricorn, which is in 6 degrees, which is a very balanced and harmonic degree. Actually, so everybody should be good. Uh-oh, there we go. Reconciliation, right? Reconciliation. It says someone from your past is returning to your life. So we do know that we have all these planets retrograde right now. Mercury is going to be retrograding. Mars is retrograding today, actually. So it's just people are coming back. The past is coming back to revisit you. And the things that you didn't take care of are coming back to you because it's time for you to reconcile them. It's time for you to reconcile. It's time for you to do that. It's time for you to reconcile situations that are left half part, you know what I mean? Or haven't been fully nuked. You know what I mean? People that had hard feelings left each other. They're going to be coming back to talk to each other again and try to come to some kind of understanding and commitment. You know what I mean? And this might be one of some of your hardest karmic decisions that you've made. You know what I mean? That are coming back to see if you learned. I'd almost feel like, you know what I mean? It's not even going to be it's not even going to be a situation where you're actually reconciling with this person, but you know, the shadow card is forgiving and learning. So it's like, you know what I mean? Forgiving and learning says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So it's like these people are coming back for you to see how much you've grown and to forgive and let go and forget, because there's a new phase coming up. Life is about to change so much for everybody. Like, we just don't know how much things are changing right now. I see it every day, you know what I mean? And it's like we're going on another cosmic level, you know what I mean? Interesting to say. But the past is coming back for you to forget it, you know what I mean? And Saturn is a very karmic planet, very karmic, right? And so this is about cleaning up that karma, moving forward from the things from the past so that you can move on to new things, closing out the old karma, forgetting the things of the past, forgiving that person that stepped on your dog or was on your front lawn, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Like, just that person that hurt you or said something and then walked away out of your life. It's time to forgive those things. So if it ain't somebody actually physically coming into your life, this is a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? Where spiritual, you might start conjuring up the people you used to be with, and now you have to start thinking about these people that you were with, you don't want to be with no more. And what did you learn from it? What did you learn from it? And what could you have done better? It's about taking that responsibility and that initiative of knowing, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I will do one law of attraction card before I get the daddle out of here. So all right. Please give me one law of attraction card for the full moon. Give me a law of attraction card for the full moon. Give me a law of attraction card for the full moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn. Boom. The universe. So the universe also says, let me see if I can get this to take it. Okay, the universe will show me the right path to take to reach my goal. Sorry, I can't read backwards. But the universe will show me the right path to take to reach my goal. So what I'm seeing, and then below is friendship, right? And so I'm thinking friendship with yourself, forgiving yourself, you know, becoming a friend, not being so hard on yourself. You know what I mean? If you don't be hard on yourself and you enlighten yourself and believe in yourself, you can get great things done. You know, and trusting in the universe is a very important thing, because that's our creator. You know what I mean? Whatever you call the universe, you know, one mind, consciousness, God, Jesus, Buddha, Sadiq Selassie, whatever you call the universe, build a relationship. It's going to be needed. But I see the universe leading us on a path of enlightenment, to become one with the universe and to renew your path. But you can't move on in your path if you haven't cleaned up the things from the past. And so friendship in the shadow, special friends are there to help me and bring me strength during difficult times. So there may be people coming in a situation that help you lighten your load. Basically, you may have things that you have to take responsibility. You may be emotionally more serious about things that you need to do, but you know, everything needs this balance, right? And so you may have friends around you who are actually being lighthearted and a little more playful, you know, not being so serious as you are, whatever the case may be. On a collective level, we're all being told to become more responsible for the universe's cause. You know what I mean? But for the most part, rely on the universe and your friendships around you. Also, let me get one more card. One more card. What motivation can I give everybody for this full moon in Capricorn before I bounce? What advice can I give? What inspiration can I give everybody about this full moon in Capricorn? What advice can I give everybody about this full moon in Capricorn? Gratitude. So when things are hard and tough, and we got a lot of things on our forefront, the best thing you can do is be grateful. It is. When things are hard and it seems like they're out of your control, or you know, you got so much on your plate, being grateful takes everything to another level. It makes things that are hard lighter. You know what I mean? When you're grateful of your life, if you're grateful of the troubles, man, be grateful of your trouble. This is funny. Be grateful of your troubles. You get to experience life at its fullest. Yeah, going through struggles is painful, but overcoming them feels awesome. You know what I mean? So it's like, be grateful that you are going through things, because when you grow out of it, you're going to be better. I always tell people, why are they afraid of Saturn? Why are they be like, oh my God, Saturn's in this house. Oh my God, this is going on with Saturn. I don't even know what to do. Well, guess what? I'm Saturn conjunct Sun, and I'm here live talking to you with full gratitude. And I'm Saturn conjunct Sun in the 12th house. In the 12th house, really, I'm not supposed to be on video. I'm supposed to be scared of this. I'm supposed to be in the cut somewhere. I'm Saturn. I am Saturn. If you want to say it, I am Saturn. And I'm not afraid of the hardships I've been through. I'm not afraid of the things that I'm not afraid of being the people that have suppressed me or put me down or let me down, or, you know, even when I let my own self down. Because remember, this full moon is about taking responsibility for yourself. So what I have allowed, even in my life, I'm grateful for. You know why? Because it made me tarot god. It made me who I am today. I couldn't be here presenting myself to you, the work that I present to you, if it wasn't for the struggles and the trials and tribulations that I had to go through to get here. So am I grateful? Yes. When I was going through it, was I grateful? I'm not going to say totally yes. But I'm going to say, when I matured and understood, when somebody told me the best thing to do is be grateful of your hardships, that's when things became lighter. That's when going through hell meant nothing to me. It wasn't actually going through hell. It was actually just walking over a lake, walking on water for me. It's walking on water. I'm not drowning. I'll let other people do that. And not saying I want other people to do that, but this full moon is not about making excuses. So I'm not going to make no excuses for nobody else. We all have to be responsible for ourselves as people and take the initiative to deal with the things that we have to deal with that we've been emotionally running away from. And that's what time it is. It's time, Father Time here, like, up, it's time. Clock's ticking. What you doing? Get it done. So that will bring the completion of the full moon reading for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Love, blessings, kisses to the beautiful ones, and stay true to you. Tarot God out.